In this video, I thought I would go and look at the various functionalities that an admin node on the notarization blockchain offers. And we've seen this page already. That's the front page that anybody would be able to visit in order to join this particular blockchain. In a proper productized system, the other tabs here would not be visible to ordinary users, and you would log in order to get access to them. But as this is just a proof of concept, I thought it would be worthwhile avoiding coding up extra authentication, given that it doesn't add anything to a demonstration. So I'll now move on to these various panes. Firstly, we have an admin pane, and that shows me who I am. I have my blockchain address for the admin node, and you'll see that the balance for an admin node in the native cryptocurrency is very, very high. We mint an awful lot of them because we may have to hand out thousands and thousands of these tokens to other participants. What should also be noted is that when a client submits a transaction and has to spend one of their native cryptocurrency tokens in order to do so, they get returned back to the master node or the admin node. So they keep cycling around. They don't get lost unless somebody signs up as a client and then never uses their tokens, in which case they would just be sitting there on the client and get stuck. But there are billions and billions minted, so technically speaking, we should not run out. Then you can also see that I have the details of the admin node here. I've filled them in as argans, being an example of an entity that might run an admin node, as well as client nodes, because they would be interested in maintaining the system as well as participating and using it. Then we have a second tab here. This shows you all the participants that are currently active on this blockchain. So we have our admin node that I am currently using, and then there are lots of other parties. And here I'm showing the names of the various people. You could also set this to show the organization instead if that was more relevant. And then finally, we can see which actual physical nodes are running, because although people have signed up, some of them may have logged off or turned off their computer. And in this case, you can see that there are 4 distinct parties running. They are all running on different Advisio servers, and they are representing these mock SMEs that I set up in order to be able to demonstrate the system. Except this one, this is not on an Advisio server. This one is on my own personal computer. So that's the main admin page. There's also a faucet page that I've put here, and the idea behind this is that you can use it in order to credit different addresses with more of that native cryptocurrency that is used to avoid spam transactions. So I might as well do that now. I'll go over to the addresses here and I'll grab, let's say, this address, go to the faucet, put the address in as an administrator. Maybe Steve has paid me a small amount of money in order to get more credits. So this will give him 2,000 more. I hit submit, and that address has now been credited with 2,000 more native currency units. We could actually verify that. Anyway, then finally, at the moment, there is one admin node, which is the one I'm using at the moment, running at master.wedchain.com. However, you can turn other nodes into master nodes too. That functionality is in the proof of concept. And I put the address in and I click submit, then Steve will now find that his client not only has read and write, publish permissions, it can actually participate in the mining process in order to add blocks to the blockchain. So there's an upgrade path that can be used to allow other parties to become admin nodes as well. And the idea there is that you don't have a centralized party controlling the whole data addition system, because that could lead to censorship. If there was only one admin node and that node decided which transactions to admit and which not, then they could decide to censor particular SMEs and say, I'm not going to register products that these particular parties want to register. So you want to overcome that by having multiple master nodes, multiple admin nodes, that will therefore ensure that there's not a bias. And then finally, there is this About tab, which shows the license for the masternode software. So that's a quick overview of how an admin node works, and I'll see you in the next video.